At Webster Elementary, we're a Leader in Me school, and October we had a professional development our principal led with us on creating a culture through Leader in Me, and a big part of that professional development was decorating your room as far as positivity and leadership and the 7 habits. So we got to tour the whole building and think of ideas that day, and I had this giant canvas sitting at my house, and it just had some quotations from that go work at home, and I painted over it white and decided the kids should create this with quotes that involve leadership, not giving up, and all those things that creates an environment that they just don't give up. And that's our one weakness for our class is not giving up when it comes to a math problem. We're smart enough to solve it, but we just don't have the patience to solve it. And just things in life, if I can have these kids leave with mentality that they're never going to give up and just do their personal best in everything they do, they're going to be successful.
So this is another one of the little canvases we did. This one is one that we use a lot in our classroom. It's how hard do you work when no one's watching? That really means a lot to me, because if you're sitting in your chair working hard and the teacher goes out of the classroom for a couple minutes, how hard do you work when he's not or she's not in the classroom? And when people say it in the classroom, it just means a lot to me, and it just really is inspiring to me, because you do want to work hard when the teacher's gone, because if you're not working hard when the teacher's gone, then he will have trust in you that you are working when it's time to work.
So every morning we start the day with a class meeting, and usually it involves the Leader in Me. I'll share a short story or a quote, and with this Canvas project, they each had to either partner up or work individually, and they had to come up with a quote that when you stand in the back of the room, you can see it from the wall, and I wanted them to use it as motivation throughout the day. And they had to work together as partners. Unintentionally, we learned a lot of life skills while doing this. Simple things like patience, as far as the paint is wet and they want to keep going, and sometimes you have to wait and let the paint dry. Sometimes in school, we had a conversation that you don't become this amazing reader or amazing at math overnight. It takes time, it takes baby steps. The other big thing we got from this is every single student in my classroom has a special talent, and they all have a gift, and I wanted them to leave knowing that. But even more importantly, if you don't have the gift of art, for example, in this, you can ask for help, and asking for help is okay. And I always tell them the smartest kids in my class ask the most questions. Part of this that they learn, I think, is it's okay to make mistakes. And just if they can leave here being uncomfortable in my classroom, it's okay to make mistakes. They're going to be okay in life. So they're going to do great in life.
So on this canvas, I restart, mine is this one, Attitude Reflects Leadership. I had to paint over it like 3 or 4 times because I made mistakes. And what I learned is it's fine to make mistakes. And so I got help on this. And so I'm good at soccer, at sports, and other people are good at art. So everyone has a different thing that they're good at.
Maertens told us about this quote about the Chinese bamboo tree. It's like a story, and it's about they plant it, but you don't see growth right away. It takes time, and on the 5th year, it grows up to 60 feet in like 5 weeks. And I like this quote because Mr. Maertens, he showed us a video on it, and it was really inspiring and stuff. And I really like doing art because it gets everything off my mind, and it helps me, it makes me happy, and if I'm stressed, it helps me de-stress, and I like doing art a lot.
So this canvas, I worked on this one, and the quote says, "There's only one growth strategy, work hard." And we both worked really hard, my partner and I, and the reason why we had to work hard is because we wanted it to look good, and we had a plan, so that's how it worked. And some people didn't have a plan, and theirs, they had to redo it over and over, and it takes patience, and you have to take baby steps. And if you don't take baby steps, you won't get to your goal. And if you want to get to your goal and you don't make it, you won't know how to get to your goal.
When I was doing art, art at home, it's kind of like, it's really relaxing for me sometimes, because like when I need to take a break from something, or like when I'm stressed from something that happened at school or somewhere, then I will just simply just draw a picture on my whiteboard, or I will color one of the hard pictures in one of my coloring books, and that really helps me calm down. And also, at school, when I do the canvas and when I was working with Jersey, it kind of felt like I should have done this every year at Webster, because that kind of just makes me feel like I have a good year, and that my teacher does really love me and have care for me, and that when art comes to my mind, it just seems like it's just really sometimes I want to be an artist in my life, and I feel really passionate about it, so whenever I do art, it's just really fun for me.
So Webster is a Leader in Me school, which means that we focus on grabbing greatness from each other, and we celebrate the gifts and talents of our students and our staff in as many ways possible. We believe that we are all leaders of our own lives, and we find ways to excel the best that we can by helping one another. I'm so proud of Mr. Maertens' class for finding a way to represent creatively what it is that they want their world to look like, sound like, and feel like for them each and every day. They are an inspiration to the rest of us in our school and to our school community.